6:12.
Oh, that's good. We always go at 6:15, so we don't have to talk yet. Let's test the notes. Testing. I hear yours.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
We have these reversed.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can't hear this one.
No.
Did you have to turn that one on?
Yeah.
Testing.
Is there an on-off on that one?
I don't think so.
Is there? Do you have your headphones? Oh yeah, because you heard me.
It's this one right here. Testing. It looks like I'm coming through. I think I might be good. Testing.
You're just not able to hear yourself? Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Testing.
All right. Right again.
Testing.
Yeah.
Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, yours isn't coming through nearly as loud as mine.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
Chris. I'll see what he says. Chris, can you go on and see what we look like here? Right, I don't think the mic is working. Probably from the thing. Go ahead, you test your mic. So this is
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
that one. Okay, now check this one. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm not getting nothing on that one. So what should I check? Yep. Below the it says mute. Testing.
You're muted.
Okay.
That would do it.
See if it works now. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. And you see the video okay too? All right. Thanks a lot. We are on the air. All right. Let me know if you got any feedback for us. So, all right. You can chat online too with her. So, all right. Thanks. Bye. So why don't we set this down here where we can see it? Both of us can see it.
Like sitting right down in the middle there.
Yeah.
Here's a full roster for you.
Oh, excellent. You got the Grafton one too?
Homestead? No. I will go down and grab one right now.
Well, have somebody just go grab one for it.
Tyler. He can't.
What's that? Hey, Kelly. Heidi, can you go grab us a roster for Grafton? Oh, we got one. Thank you.
Oh, I might go grab one anyway. That way we each have one.
Okay. All right, let's start. I'm gonna do a welcome, whatever. Introduce you, and you do our recap of last week. And we're on right now because we're talking to you. All right. Where are my headphones?
On your neck.
Welcome to Mequon, Wisconsin. Tonight, the Homestead Highlanders will take on West Bend West Volleyball. Second conference game of the year. And Matt, better known as Goose, is joining me again this weekend, or this week for the broadcast. Matt, how'd they look this last weekend?
This last weekend, the Spartans came out and played very, very well at the New Berlin West Invitational. Placed second with a 4-1 record overall over the course of the tournament. They beat Kenosha St. Joe's, Elkhorn, Franklin, and Fond du Lac, only losing to number 1 ranked Waukesha West in the finals, winning the first set but losing the second two. When we talk about momentum, we talk about this season, and we've heard Coach Tanking talk about the fact that, yes, we're obviously a young team this year. However, there's a lot of opportunity here for growth. From what we saw a week ago at the tournament at Homestead to what happened this last weekend, this team has already made some tremendous strides. Really getting their timing down. Coach Tanking threw a couple different lineups in there again, and I suspect that this evening we're going to see some different looks as well. Rotating players through. But overall, the timing looked much better. They looked a lot more organized, a lot more in place on the court. And altogether, their offense was actually running quite smoothly.
And that comes with time. We noticed that at the Joust, there was a lot of timing issues, even against Grafton last week. There was numerous. We called it the tip and tap night. Goose, it was tip and tap. There was no real, not a heck of a lot of strong kills, but apparently this past weekend, I know I was looking in the paper today, and Rutler notched like 38 kills for the weekend, so something had to be clicking.
Yeah, and on defense, Sydney Paulson ended up with 61 digs over the course of the tournament, as well as 7 aces. So her serving again continues to be very, very strong for the Spartans varsity team. So they come into tonight with an 8-5 overall record, and 1-0 in the North Shore, most importantly.
All right, and we couldn't do this without the support of our sponsors, and we're going to go through the sponsors. Once again, thank you very much to all the sponsors that we had this past year. Kill level sponsors. We're going with, go ahead and cover those, Goose.
The kill level sponsors this year, we have the Alliance Services Inc., Hawk Contracting, Construction, Matrix Title Company, and Pellegrini Chiropractic Clinic.
All right. And I'll go through the ace level sponsors. Turf and Tree Works, Daryl Zelmer, thank you very much. Jumbo's Jeff Kern always supports the community. Bob Yar and Mobile Oil, thanks a lot, Bob. Phil Dahlberg Law Group, I saw Phil at a fantasy draft last night. He's proud to support the West Spartans. The Candyman on Main, Delta Defense, the Washington County Fair Park and Conference Center, Midwest Preferred, and Bob's Main Street Auto. We also gained, I found out this morning, West Bend Lakes has joined the group of ACE level sponsors.
That's wonderful.
And we also had one during the week, and I'm trying to think of the name from it's an insurance company, and we will find that out before we are done tonight.
Yes, we will.
We just added that sponsor, so we will make sure that we cover that later on. So thank you very much to all the sponsors. The girls are warming up right now. Once again, the second conference matchup of the year, West Bend West versus the Homestead Highlanders. We'll be back in a minute.
I'll find it right now. On the line. We're still on because this is picking everything
All right, we're back on the air here at Homestead High School tonight, matching up against the Homestead Highlanders. West Bend West 1-0 in conference and a big second-place finish at New Berlin this weekend. So things are looking up for the young Spartans. The Spartans that are playing with no seniors, and looking at the Homestead roster tonight, they've got 5 seniors on their roster and 1 freshman. We'll see. If I look at the height, we're not going to be they're not too tall for us at all. 5'10" is their tallest player. We'll see if she plays. Sometimes those tall players are sitting on the bench and they don't get much playing time. So we'll see what happens tonight. But as far as matchups, we're not overmatched by this team at all. So as Goose continues to look for our new sponsor, who we want to give their credit tonight, we'll continue to. It's Client First. Way to go, Goose. Client First, and it is Tax and Wealth. Tax and Wealth Advisors, Client First. So thank you very much, Client First, our new ACE level sponsor this evening. So as we broadcast tonight, we will our kill level sponsors are Hawk Construction, Matrix Title Company, Pellegrini Chiropractic, and Alliance Services. So when we have a kill tonight, it's a Hawk Construction kill. When we have a block, it's a Matrix Title Company block. When we have an assist, it's a Pellegrini Chiropractic assist. And when we have an ace, it's an Alliance Services ace. So once again, we thank all of our sponsors. Homestead right now taking their turns hitting, and they'll be serving very shortly. 5 minutes left in the warm-up. All right, Goose, back on the air here. Bruce, maybe you want to explain to us. So I heard that the team has dabbled a little bit with a 6-2 lineup. If you could explain a 6-2 compared to a 5-1.
Well, when we move to a 6-2, what essentially happens is you have two setters, and what you do is you rotate them through the floor. But what happens is they rotate out as their position moves into the front row, allowing a front row player, more importantly, to be able to hit and block to come across. So my guess is that they will have two pairs of setters and hitters rotating in and out in the 6-2 here. That's what they've been working on, with the understanding that as they've been playing now a couple different tournaments and seeing some of these bigger hitters on some of these teams, recognizing that we've not always getting too up to block, recognizing that our defense now needs to also be on track, not just our offense. So that's a strategic move that they have decided that they're going to begin to look at, begin to work with. I know the team has been practicing that the last couple of days. It'll be an adjustment to what they have been working with over the course of the 5-1 that they've been running, but should serve our team well.
All right, well, we'll see if Allison has that in her toolbox tonight. Otherwise, it's been a 5-1 with Molly Spaeth doing most of the setting. Molly Spaeth, a very good setter, but a little short and has some difficulty blocking. So 6-2 would allow them to bring a taller setter in. So we'll see if that happens at all tonight. Molly continued, I understand, to be solid in the serving game all weekend. She has been the go-to person for serving.
Absolutely. When she was serving, many good things happened on the floor. And her assist numbers were up at the tournament this last weekend over the previous weekend, so that's always a good thing. She seemed to be settling a little bit in with our hitters too, which was good to see. It was also good to see Isabel Sterling was able to get some playing time in some of those games, and anticipate that she'll be part of that 6-2 and they come out on the floor at some point here this evening.
And this weekend they played without their right side Ellie Moyer, I believe, was on a family vacation, so they did quite well. And who did they bring in to replace Ellie over the weekend?
Over the weekend, it was kind of a rotation. There wasn't one player that came in. Mel Woodine got more playing time than she did in the previous tournament, which was a good thing to get her on track a little bit. But there was a steady rotation of players coming through that position, which was good. With a young team, it's important for everybody to get some game experience, even if it is in small doses, just to kind of settle nerves a little bit so that when they do inevitably get in that game, at a critical moment, they're ready to perform.
All right, and once again, you mentioned young team, no seniors on the squad this year, and I believe, 3 freshmen were pulled up on the team, so no seniors, 3 freshmen on the team. But at least some of the parents' motto has been no seniors, no problem. We'll see what we can do.
In last weekend in particular, not having any seniors really wasn't a problem. In fact, the Spartans were right there right up until the end. They played very good volleyball the entire day and really just ran out of gas in that second and third match against Waukesha West. They brought a steady rotation of ladies through, had some very, very strong hitters, and we just weren't able to defend it to the level that we needed to. But I anticipate that we're going to be coming out here tonight ready to play. You can see it in their eyes after that tournament. They recognize just how close they were to winning that. And that hurts a little bit. But sometimes that hurt and that pain, that's what motivates these young ladies.
Well, I said at the end of the game against Grafton, it was a win. It was an ugly win, but it was a win. Numerous times, like I said before, we used the term tip and tapping, and that seemed what it was all about. But I too heard that the girls after this past weekend, they might be playing at a different level and a different level of enthusiasm.
Yeah, that tip and tap game really went away over the course of the tournament on Saturday, and that was encouraging to see. It's something that they've kind of fallen back on when things aren't going the way that they wanted to, and it was good to see them battle through and not fall back into that. Any team can play that game, but it becomes a very easy game to defend, and what you're basically doing is giving the ball back to them, and now you're playing defensive volleyball. We need to be on offense. Make the other team play defense against us.
All right, and Spartans have about 6 minutes here to practice their hits, and soon they're serving, and then we'll be ready to go. So we're going to take a little break again. We'll be back with you in about a minute.
I gotta learn how to turn off that mic. There's a mic on the thing, but they use it to pick up the crowd noise, and which is important. Are we getting any feedback then? You know what I put in my face? So this is all being picked up. I took it off because I can hear you better. I adjusted your volume. The adjusting your volume on here, I can hear you better if you just talk in my direction.
All right, back on the air. 3 minutes left in the warm-up here. West continues to run their hitting drills. I want to go through our sponsors. Why don't we talk about some of the assist level sponsors, Goose?
The assist level sponsors we have this year, some who've been with us here a number of years, the Norbert, downtown West Bend, the Rettler family, the Kapler family, the Kelly Sajak family, West Bend Lakes, and Cousin Subs on Paradise Drive in West Bend.
All right, and every little bit helps. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor for West Bend West Volleyball, you can contact Pete Rettler, Matthew Goose Sternig, or Coach Allison Tanking. There's different sponsorship levels. $500 kill level sponsor. You get a large logo on the letter winner's poster and the front cover of every home game program, and at least 5 mentions. Heck, they're getting about 50 mentions on any live broadcast, and a link on the Facebook page, and opportunity to sponsor kills, aces, or blocks. And tonight, like I said before, we've got the Hawk Construction kill, the Pellegrini's Chiropractic Assist, Alliance Services ace, and the Matrix Title Company block. We've got $250 as the ace level sponsors. Logo on the letter winner's poster in every home game program. At least 2 mentions on any live broadcast. $100 assist level sponsor, at least 1 mention on any live broadcast. Name in every home game program. And then $25 Friends of West Volleyball t-shirts, which I heard Goose are going to be in this Friday.
That sounds great. They look sharp.
Yeah, it's a great way for Grandma and Grandpa to to sponsor you and wear Spartan wear right to the game. So go ahead. What do the sponsored funds go for, Luke Goose?
This year's ace-level sponsors, and we can't thank them enough. Turf and Tree Works, Jumbos, Frozen Custard and Red Hots, Mobile, the Dahlberg Law Group, Candyman on Main, Delta Defense, Bob's Main Street Auto and Towing, Midwest Preferred Insurance Group, Washington County Fair Park and Conference Center, Client First Tax and Wealth Advisors, and West Bend Lakes Golf Club.
And where do those sponsorship funds go?
They go to a lot of different things to keep this program running. As we continue to work on player development, improve these players, and continue to put a competitive program together for years to come. There's always the UW-Madison team camp that the players attend. Obviously, they've got jerseys, warm-ups, bags, and an awards banquet at the end of the year. The sponsorships also cover the cost of the programs, the homecoming float, prizes for student participation at home games. The team does participate in the Sting Summer League as a way to stay fresh in the off-season, and also helps with various coaching for player development opportunities throughout the course of the season and the off-season.
And right on cue, Goose, as we wait now for the national anthem and the introduction of players. As we honor America, those who say we're national freedom, and tribute to the men and women here at home overseas, is a play of our national anthem. All right, here we go. Goose, I'm going to ask you one mistake I kept making over and over, and people let me know of it last week, was I kept calling Sidney Paulson a couple different things. Sidney Spay, who's a hitter for the east side of the hallway. Sidney Failing, who used to play for West a couple years ago. So stay on me tonight to make sure I say Sidney Paulson, or better yet, the big lefty from Jackson.
I will do my best, Pistol Pete. I understand how that happens. That's a lot of Sidneys in your book, so I understand how that can happen. But I'll do my best to keep you honest throughout the cast today.
So here we go tonight, waiting for our starting lineups. Once again, not a real tall team for Homestead, so that's one of apparently the freshman class at West is rather tall, so that'll help us out years to come. But pretty good matchup as far as size tonight, looking through the rosters. And we'll see who West has got out for a starting lineup.
And your Homestead Highlanders. And the 17-7 first for District Spartans. And Little Blackbird, Michael Jr., number 1, Maddie Rettler.
Maddie Rettler starting at middle again tonight.
And looks like it's
McKenna Kapler back at the outside this evening. Emily Fate, the 5'7" junior at libero. Sydney Paulson, another middle and right side. Roy Griffin, the freshman, getting a starting nod tonight, which is different than the Grafton game. And Molly Spaeth once again at the setting position. Mackenzie Zawicki, they list her as a senior, but she is a junior. So, Goose, does this tell me that they're doing a 5-1 again tonight?
It looks like they might start out that way. However, they, depending upon how they rotate in, they could bring in
Carly Bart
and Isabel rotating in if they move to a 6-2.
Allie Willing, an outside middle blocker for Homestead. Emma Shishpak, outside hitter, 6'2". I didn't see that in the lineup. Caitlin Wiesner, the middle blocker. Gabby McGee. And Emma Lucis. Head coach for Homestead High School is Karen Anderson, assisted by Alex Yuhan and Morgan Vogel. West Penn West coached by Allison Tanking, and Lisa Paulson is her assistant. Kevin Bittner also helps out, as well as Andrea Zimmerman. About ready to get underway here. I don't know what I was looking at when I was looking at the lineups. Those 6'2" girls sort of snuck up on me during the interruption.
Well, they kind of buried them in the middle of the
yes,
lineup.
They did.
Makes it difficult to see.
So here we go. One of the feedback I got from last week, Goose, is we need to say the score more, because a lot of times people are just listening and they're not watching the broadcast or the live stream. They're just listening to it. So,
well, if that be the case, the score starting out here is 0-0.
Excellent, Goose. Goose, my partner, on top of things from the start. And here we go, and Molly Spaeth, that's a good place to start serving here tonight. So here we go. Live action, first set action, Homestead versus West Penn West. North Shore Conference action, Molly Spaeth, aggressive to the back row. Homestead coming back, should be returnable here on the west side. The set to Paulson, a little tippy tap, and we're back to the tippy tap, but it works.
Well, it wasn't the greatest set, but it was up there. She was able to hang up their lineup, tip it over to a spot that was wide open on the other side of the court. Good way to start, 1-0.
Molly again, pounds it to the back row, they take it. Set to the outside hitter, nice hit. Dug by Rettler, set over to Mackenzie Zawicki, there's a kill. There's a Hawk Construction kill. Hawk Construction kill for Mackenzie Zawicki.
Was able to put that one off the block real nice. West up 2-0.
Molly Spaeth, really aggressive again to the back row. Coming back. That time the tip goes off the side and hits the court. 2-1. Homestead 2-1. West with the lead.
Serving for Homestead, number 16, Emma Lucis.
Nice dig by Paulson, coming back at him. Zawicki with another Hawk Construction kill. Mackenzie Zawicki off to a great start this evening.
And that's a good thing to see with this team.
Emily Fate to serve. Mackenzie Zawicki's one that came in after they were beaten in that one set against Grafton too, and provided a really good push. Homestead coming back, returnable on the west side, set going over to Kapler, tippy tap, returned, There, Paulson pounds it down. The big lefty from Jackson with a Hawk Construction kill.
He's got the name right. He's got the location right. Got
Wow.
the sponsor right. Everything right.
Wow.
Things going well for West. Now up 4-1.
Fate with a serve way to the back row. Return, hit by the middle. Coming back at him. Middle. Paulson. Sid Paulson with another Hawk Construction kill.
That timing looked very, very good.
Timing has definitely improved. That's 2 solid kills that we've had this evening. One from Zawicki, one from Paulson. Fate to serve again. Return to the middle. Nice hit, but out of bounds for Homestead. Emily Fate, the libero, will continue to serve here. Now leading 6-1. Homestead definitely looks intimidating. They got some big girls. Emily Fate with the serve, a little doink, short serve, middle blocker, blocked, return, and double on the west side. Point goes to Homestead.
The score now, West Bend West 6, Homestead 2. Emma Suspect serving for Homestead.
Serve goes to Rattler, digs it out. Set over to Ellie Moyer. Ellie misses on that one.
Correction on that one. That was Kapler.
Kepler. They all have brown hair and ponytails, Goose.
And the jerseys they're wearing tonight are not the easiest to see those white numbers on.
It is not. Another point to Homestead. West still up 6-4, but Homestead on a little run. Rattler digs it out. The set to the middle. And returned again, blocked right back at him.
Yeah, Griffin hit that one right into the block.
Roy Griffin playing the middle position.
She did play quite a bit of that over the course of the tournament this last weekend.
Rattler digs it out, return back. Homestead going to have an opportunity, set to the middle. And Homestead coming back, and they've got some Momo going. 6-6.
Caitlin Bleisner got up on that one and put it down probably about 15-foot line.
Libero returns it. And a block. Homestead definitely took control of this game after a quick jump start by the Spartans. Homestead has taken the lead now 7-6. Serve goes to Fate and returns it. And there's Paulson pounding it home. A Hawk Construction kill. Sydney Paulson, the big lefty from Jackson.
And now she comes up to serve and always does well after she's able to get the kill when she goes into serve. This ends up being a very productive rotation, or spot in the rotation for West Bend West. Sydney Paulson tied 7-7.
Sid serve. Back to the back row. Going to be returnable. Back row hit into the net by Homestead. 8-7. Sid Paulson continues to serve.
And she served very well over the course of the tournament on Saturday as well. Many, many bright spots for this team.
Sid launches that way to the back row. Returned out of bounds. Point Spartans 9-7.
And Homestead has called their first time out of this first set. The score, West Bend West 9, Homestead 7.
All right, let's talk about some of our kill level sponsors. Hawk Construction, specializing in hydro excavation, land development, clean energy packages, and custom promotional products. Hawk Construction, thank you very much. Matrix Title Company, they provide the required insurance needed to transfer title from seller to buyer. Also provide the necessary title insurance when people construct a new home. Matrix Title Company, thank you. Pellegrini Chiropractic. Pellegrini Chiropractic is to provide quality chiropractic-based health and life care. We are committed to an unconditional caring atmosphere where everyone is welcome, whether you need a specific problem addressed or are seeking to maintain a healthy life. Alliance Services. Alliance Services, a healthcare staffing company in West Bend located next to Domino's. They offer top pay for CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Back to action, Sid Paulson to serve. There's a nice save by Emily Fate. Point goes to Homestead, 9-8 now. Nice dig by Fate. Set to Rettler, taps it over. Return coming back to Homestead. Block, but Fate gets underneath it. Paulson back row, kill. Oh, they called it out. That was initially called in.
Was initially called in, but may have just gone out.
9-9. The score here, and Mequon. Out of bounds serve. Back to the Spartans.
Well, now based on the rotation we're seeing with both Isabel Sternig and Ellie Moyer coming into the game, it leads me to believe they are now running the 6-2.
All right, we'll see how that works out for us. Wow. Is that Sternig with the serve?
Sternig with the serve.
Isabel Sternig gets the lucky bounce over the net, and that's a Alliance Services ace for Isabel Sternig. Homestead coming back at us. Little tap. Should have it right here. The set. Back row to Fate. Blocked right at him. Now pounded down. Returned. Homestead coming back. And a nice block by Rettler and Moyer combined on a block. And that's a Matrix Title Company block for Rettler and Moyer. Isabel Sternig to continue to serve, now leading 12-9. Sternig with a nice serve. Out of bounds. Another ace for Isabel Sternig. Alliance Services ace for Isabel Sternig, who's on a little bit of a roll. We're up 13-9. Sternig to serve. Another nice serve. Return right back. Should have an opportunity here. The set to Rettler. Timing was a little off with that one. It gets blocked right back at us.
The timing of that one was off by a little bit. The set could have been a little bit higher to Rettler to put that one down. Because the set was low, had to tap it over, tapped it right into the block, and it came right back. Now Homestead serving down 13-10.
Rettler digs it out. Now the set right back to Rettler on the outside. Nice hit is returned by Homestead and then blocked. Blocked by Rettler and Moyer again.
Now West to serve.
Another Matrix Title Company block.
McKenna Kapler, now West up 14-10.
Kapler with the serve. Nice serve, return, middle hitter. West responds, outside set to Zawicki with a Hawk construction kill. Mackenzie Zawicki. She's on a roll tonight.
She is. She's hitting the ball very, very well, hitting it with confidence. When she is swinging hard, she booms that ball, and that one went down pretty well.
We have a loose volleyball from another court. Mequon having some trouble with that one, but they get it back. The set's going to go to Moyer and Ellie Moyer. Ellie Moyer with a Hawk construction kill.
Now West up 16-10.
And this is Kapler serving, correct?
Correct.
You are right. It is very hard to see the numbers. Mequon having some problems with their passing right now, and West taking advantage of it, and timeout to the Highlanders.
So Homestead is now taking their second timeout of this set, down at 17-10. Like you said, having problems passing that ball. And we all know it starts with the pass. If you can't get the pass, not much is going to happen.
So Goose, how many timeouts did they get? Do you know?
They get 2%.
2%. So they took their final one. So 17-10, probably a good one for the Homestead to take because, like Goose said, they're struggling with their passing game right now, and it seems to the momentum is definitely on the west side.
It's now with West moving to the 6-2. We're seeing some different players in some different positions, and some players now, particularly Paulson and Rattler, being able to play more in their natural positions more of the time on the floor.
Yep. Notice Rattler had a shot at the outside position on that side, which you haven't seen since the club season, so that's nice. So here we go with Kapler going to serve. Nice serve by Kapler to the back row. Into the net. Once again, they struggle with the pass.
It's going to be difficult if they can't solve that. Things will continue to move well into West's favor. Kapler now serving 18-10.
Another serve to the back row. Here they're going to have an opportunity, and the hitter puts it into the net. West up now 19-10 and on a real roll. Kapler serves again and just misses the outside.
So Homestead will now take over serve, down 11-19. Number 1, Mia Caputa serving.
Serve goes to Kapler, I believe. Returned. Homestead going to get an opportunity here. Easy return, and here comes West, the Rattler, and must have been a double.
It was a lift, and it's been something that Isabel Sterling has been struggling with, moving to varsity now. Sometimes she ends up with some sticky fingers.
Sterling, a 5'7" freshman setter. Homestead coming back at us. That one's out of bounds. Could see it when it left the hand. It was
now
coming
West
out.
takes over the serve. Maddie Rattler up 20-12 over Homestead.
Rattler serves to the back row. Going to be hit back at us. There's a tap.
Sterling got down for that one, just couldn't get that one up.
And Homestead struggling a little bit with their set.
Sterling again called with the lift. She tends to struggle, particularly in that backside, of letting her hands drop down to her head instead of keeping them high.
Nice dig that time. Is that Kapler, I believe. Zawicki coming back. Another Hawk construction kill from Mackenzie Zawicki. She is playing very spirited tonight. Molly Spaeth now in the game. 21-14.
As well.
Molly continues her strong serving. It's going to be a difficult set. Dug out by Rattler. Set to Paulson. You cannot stop the big lefty from Jackson if the set is where it needs to be. Hawk construction. Kill for Sydney Paulson.
And that one looked really good. Set was right where she needed it. Full extension.
Molly Spaeth to serve again. Returned into the net. They tap it over, and they get called for a lift on their side.
So West now going to be serving Molly Spaeth, continuing up 23-14.
Spaeth pounds it to the back row. Nice hit. Nice hit by Homestead coming back at us. They're not done yet.
Homestead now serving down 23-15.
Dug out by Rattler. The set to Rory Griffin. Returned. West is not napping now. Spaeth knocks it back. And that's out of bounds. Point to the Spartans.
Yeah, she just didn't seem to get much under her on that one and just hit it long. Now West serving 24-15.
Emily Fate to serve for the match point. Or the set point, I should say. Was that Paulson with the Matrix Title Company block, and West takes the first set.
25-15. So as we break here, maybe a quick opportunity here to thank our Ace Level sponsors once again. Turf and Tree Works, Jumbo's, Frozen Custard and Red Hots Mobile, Dahlberg Law Group, Candyman on Main, Delta Defense, Bob's Main Street Auto, the Washington County Fair Parking Conference Center, Midwest Preferred Insurance Group, Client First Tax and Wealth Advisors, and West Bend Lakes Golf Club.
I noticed this past weekend, it might have been Thursday or Friday, the Journal Sentinel did a review. The Preps Plus section did a review on North Shore Conference Volleyball. Last year, West was the undefeated conference champions, made it to the sectional championship game only to lose to Oconomowoc and one game away from state. This year, Cedarburg is picked to win the conference with West, Slinger, and Hartford being mentioned as also rans.
Well, that's good to hear. Cedarburg indeed does have a pretty strong team this year. Saw them at the first tournament we went to. They're playing very, very good volleyball already this year.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of a timeout here and regroup, and we will be back in about a minute.
Oh, I didn't know they wanted to do that because Allison. They didn't want any recognition. Once you go and get his company name, then maybe just get a couple of notes about it quick.
All right, back in live action here at Mequon Homestead Fieldhouse here, and West waiting for the Highlanders to come back out on the court. West took the first set, 25-13, and we're waiting now for the Highlanders to take the court. Homestead getting the buzzer to get back on the court. West returns with Zawicki, Griffin, Rettler, Kepler, Moyer, and Sternig back in the game. And here we go. Homestead to serve. Start of the second set here. Mequon, Wisconsin. Homestead Highlanders. Here we go. Serve. Zawicki digs it out. Set was a little off and falls to the ground. Homestead takes the first point, up 1-0. Second set action. Homestead to serve again. Serve goes to Zawicki again. Now the set. And there is a touch and another Hawk Construction kill for Sydney Paulson, the big lefty from Jackson. Molly Spaeth back in the game. Molly to serve. Molly with another great serve. Returned here, middle hit, and blocked right back at him by Sydney Paulson and Mackenzie Zawicki. That's a Matrix Title Company block. Molly Spaeth to serve again. Nice serve again to the back row, and that's going to be, they get underneath it. It's coming back at us. West should have an opportunity here. Who's going to get it? Zawicki pounds it, and there's a touch. Another Hawk Construction killed by Mackenzie Zawicki. She's having a great game so far. She's going to be our player we're going to talk to tonight after this thing's over if she continues that kind of performance.
She's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and that's something that we haven't seen out of her this year. You can tell she's got a smile on her face, and that's always a good thing.
Homestead coming back at us. Rettler digs it out. Spaeth with this back row set to Rettler. Return by Homestead. There's a block that's coming back. West keeps battling. There's a tap back. Paulson taps it back, coming back at us. Outside hit attempt. Dug out by Kapler. Zawicki with a tap over. Nice rally here, Luke. Goose. Point to the Spartans.
Yeah, it was a pretty good rally. Unfortunately, Homestead couldn't get it over the net on the last one. Now West up 4-1. Spaeth continues to serve.
Homestead digs it out. Here's a set to the back row. Just get it over. Here's the set back to Zawicki. Stay with what's hot. And they return it somehow.
Nice recovery from
Coming
Homestead
back at him.
back.
There's the set, this time to Griffin. That one's not coming back. Rory Griffin with a Hawk Construction kill. West now up 5-1.
And she continues to build her confidence now. As an incoming freshman, obviously a little bit intimidating getting on the floor, varsity floor as a freshman, but she's playing with a lot of poise. And with each time she's out on the floor, gaining more and more confidence.
Another great serve by Spaeth. They bring it back. Should be an easy opportunity here for West. The set goes to Zawicki again. That timing not exactly right. Coming back at us. Returnable. Spaeth with the set. Paulson pounds it down for a Hawk Construction kill. The big lefty from Jackson continues to light it up here.
She's playing very, very strong right now, and that's good to see.
With the solid kills that we're seeing tonight, Goose, it tells me that the timing is getting better and better. And there's an ace. Molly Spaeth comes back with an Alliance Services 8th timeout. Homestead, West up 7-1.
Up 7-1 and playing very, very strong volleyball right now. Playing with a lot of confidence. You can see it. They're moving more confidently. They're in the game. The motion is right. They're covering their spots. There's not a lot of holes on the defensive side of the ball. If they can continue to play like this over a long period of time, there's going to be a lot of good things happening for this team this year.
Goose getting harassed by an older couple in the stands. Goose, tell us about the new sponsor you just learned about.
So the new sponsor that we seem to have missed at some point in time here is More Designs. More Designs is a full-service architectural home designer and builder of custom homes, the long-standing reputation for attention to detail, construction of superb quality homes, exemplary follow-through, and return services. They really specialize in designing and building new homes and completing upscale renovations so thoughtfully planned and constructed.
And are they joining us at a kill or an ace level?
They have joined us at a kill level.
Oh, wow.
So now we've got a 5th kill level sponsor, and that's a great thing to have for the program.
That means Goose has got to do some redesign work on the program, but that's just fine. We'll do whatever we need to do. West continues to serve. Homestead coming back at us, and that time they don't know what it is. They don't know if it's out or if it's a touch, and they determined that there must have been a touch.
The line judge wasn't too sure of whether it was line or not. The down ref called it in and apparently on a touch as well.
You don't see that very often where the line judges look at each other and they're like, you call it, you call it. You be the first one to put your flag up or down. So Homestead coming back at us. serve. Rettler digs it out. Set in the back row to Kapler. Homestead hitting back at us. Rettler digging it out. Zawicki pounding it. Gets it over. Tap it right back at us.
Kapler had a nice save to get that one back up in the air after the block. Just couldn't control it after that, though. Now Homestead serving down 7-3.
Homestead just outworked us on that one, Goose.
They did.
West difficulty with the pass, but get it over. Here's an opportunity coming back. Dug out by Rettler. Now a back row set to Rettler, and it's blocked right back in our face. Homestead making a run.
That was one of those 6'2" front row people that you seem to have missed in the lineup earlier, but obviously she's there now.
She definitely has made her presence known. Homestead to serve. Dug out by West. The set now to Paulson. I think it hit the marker going
Hit
over.
the upright, hit the post. Out of bounds. Point to Homestead now, down 7-5.
So it hit the upright, Goose. Is that like a football term?
I guess it's a football term, but we're going to use it as a volleyball term today, too.
Gotcha. Butler digs it out. Set to Zawicki. Tapped right back on us and blocked. Homestead's going to have an opportunity here. And they pound it down back at us. Boy, Homestead has played very, very well, and they played very, very poorly tonight. So
They have, and we're hoping as West fans here that they begin to play a little bit more poorly now that they are back in this game at 7-6, down just 1 point to West.
there's a dig. Set to Paulson. Return by Homestead. Coming back at us with an outside hit. Out of bounds. Point goes to West. That streak is over, thank God.
Sometimes when I say things, they actually work out the way we want them to. No jinx. Now West serving 8-6.
Emily Fate, the libero, with the serve for West. To the back row, going to be returned by the middle, and she taps it into the net. Point goes to West Spartans, 9-6.
And you recall in that first set that Emily Fate had a nice little run. See if we can't keep that going here.
Homestead has an opportunity, blocked with a touch, but that goes out of bounds. But a nice block. But the block goes out of bounds. Point to the Highlanders.
Now Homestead serving down 9-7.
So, Goose, you know that why are they the Highlanders? Any idea?
I really have no idea other than the fact that they're a little bit higher than the Thiensville area, which is low and underwater right now.
So here we go. There's a point goes to, after that brilliant analogy by Goose about why they're called the Highlanders. The big lefty from Jackson, Sydney Paulson with the serve. There's a tap coming back. West should have an opportunity here. It's tap back and forth. And here's a hit by Kapler into the net.
Yeah, she didn't look very comfortable going up for that ball. And the result was just that. She didn't hit the ball very well, hit it into the middle of the net. Point to Homestead now serving, down 10-8.
So is Griffin in right now for Moyer? Is she playing for Moyer, Goose?
Yeah, so the way that the rotation goes is now both Griffin and Spaeth will come out for Sternig and Moyer.
11-8 the score. West up in the second set action. West took the first set. Sternig with the serve. There's a tap back. It should be an opportunity here for West. And Kapler hits it into the block, and it's blocked right back at us. Point goes to the Highlanders.
Now Homestead serving, down 11-9.
Sternig with the set. Tapped over. There's a good return. Nice hit by Homestead. Return back. Homestead's going to have an opportunity here. Set goes to the outside. There's a beautiful hit. A beautiful hit by Homestead.
Sipchik hit that one pretty well right through the block, it looked like. Now Homestead serving down just one, 11-10 to West.
Homestead making a run. Fate with the return. Rutler's going to have to tap it. And here's that big hitter again. Out of bounds this time. I think her eyes were pretty big. She wanted to put that one right back where she put the previous one.
Yeah, she got up there and that ball looked the size of a beach ball. She wanted to drive it down. Hit it out by a good 10, 12 feet.
Kapler to serve now for Spartans. There's a set to the big outside again. Oh. West thought it was going out of bounds, but it was in by quite a bit.
It was close. But that was the line judge that was unsure about the call earlier. So I think anytime there's a close play there, Coach Tanking's going to question it. She's not been very definitive on that back line.
Rutler forced the tap again. Should have an opportunity here. Zawicki, they block it right back at us. Homestead now on a roll. They've tied it up 12-12 here in Mequon timeout to the Spartans. Boy, like I said before, Homestead looks very, very good, and then they look very, very bad. So they're on a good streak right now.
Yeah, they started out, they were down 7-1. They now have come back to tie the game 12-12, forcing Coach Tanking to call a timeout. Get the team to regroup. They were looking a little scattered on the last couple possessions on defense, and they just need to get back into their positions, get back into their rotations, relax a little bit. And I think that's probably what she's telling them right now. It's about rotations, getting to your spots, making sure you've got the court covered. Don't get sucked in too far to the net, and that's happened a couple times now. They'll have some deep spots open.
Okay, Goose, so now I'm looking on the court, and I see the Highlanders. Is that a Highlander that we're looking at? And please describe what that is.
That's the Highlander from the Highlander games.
Oh, so maybe that's where they get the name from. It doesn't take Goose long to figure things out, but when he does, he's spot on. So,
well, they don't call me Goose for nothing, I guess. Goose, egg. You know, I'm just the wingman here.
So Homestead now to continue to serve. Returned. Not a very good pass from the back. Zawicki's going to have to knock it over. Coming back out the other way. And another kill by Homestead, and now they've taken the lead.
Again, found a pretty wide open spot on that back corner of the court for West. Not sure if their defensive rotation wasn't there.
West has got to find an answer, and that might be the answer. Nothing kills momentum like a missed serve. So West to take over serving now, all knotted up at 13. Rettler to serve. Serve to the back row. Returnable outside hit. Gets tapped across. West should have an opportunity. Sternig with the set to Zawicki. Blocked right back at us. Sternig with a nice save on that one. Tippy tap back and forth. Sternig now. There's the big lefty, Sydney Paulson, the big lefty from Jackson with another Hawk Construction kill. They got a pile of them tonight between Zawicki and Paulson. Having a good night.
Now West serving up 14-13. Rutler to serve.
Rutler pounds it to the back row. Return right side. Return by Rutler. Set by Sternig. There's a back row hit by Kapler. West mishandles that one. Ends up out of bounds. Point goes to Homestead.
Now Homestead will be serving tie game 14-14.
West has got to figure this one out, similar to last conference game against Grafton. The second set is the one they drop before they regroup to take the next two. There, that one's out of bounds, coming back at us.
That's 2 in a row now for Homestead that they've hit out of bounds.
And
Now both Spaeth and Griffin re-entering the game for Sterling and Moyer. Spaeth serving.
we'll see if we can put a couple of them together right here. Spaeth, very nice serve again to the back row. Right side hit, dug out by Rettler. Zawicki pounds it the other way, nice block. The set goes to Paulson. Touched on the other side, going to be returned back at us. There's a little tap over. Somebody's got to take it. Zawicki's got to knock it over.
Sent the ball deep.
Homestead now to their middle. Their big middle puts it down. Point goes to Homestead. 15-15. A bit of a struggle here for West in the second set. Oh, that one was trouble from the start. All starts with the pass. That pass never got there and was an impossible one into the net.
Yeah, that ball probably would have floated deep, but she wasn't sure, so you got to go after it.
Homestead up now 16-15. Dug out by Fate. Set. And nobody knows who's going to hit it. Spartans struggling right now. Down by 2 now. 17-15 Highlanders. Dug out by Rettler. The set to Zawicki. Returned. Coming back. Set to the outside. West should have an opportunity. Zawicki with a hit, tap, and there's a point. Another Hawk Construction kill for Mackenzie Zawicki.
She was able to get that one down. The first one she hit, she was a little off the net, wasn't able to get as much on it as she would like to, but that one she did. Now it's Zawicki to serve.
Zawicki, a main reason for the offense tonight. Nice serve to the back row. Homestead, dug out by Rettler. The set to Kapler. Tapped over, and now they catch us napping with one of those little center dumps. Perfect time for the Highlanders to pull that. Now up 18-16.
And that was an effective use of that play. They haven't seen it yet. She's picking her spots, saw a wide open court on the other side of the net, and just dropped it in there really nicely. Yeah, so
Goose, do you know what's going on?
I think they're talking about the score. And while it's 16-18, they have it listed as home at 16 and guest at 18.
Okay.
However, Homestead is up 18-16 right now.
West should have an opportunity here. Kapler with a nice kill. McKenna Kapler with a Hawk Construction kill.
And now that brings West to within 1 at 17-18 with Paulson serving.
And we've always had some good runs when Sid is in the back serving here. Whatever lineup arrangement seems to work here, we'll see what's going to happen. Sid with a nice serve. Going to be a difficult. Middle's going to have to hit it over. West should have an opportunity here. Molly with the set to Rettler, who's got to tap it. Once again, timing way off on that one.
Yeah, that set to Rattler's got to be up high. She gets up pretty high in that ball to put it down. That ball can't be sitting a foot above the net, or else she can't get anything on it.
19-17 now, the Highlanders leading. Griffin with a hit. And another Hawk Construction kill. Roy Griffin from the right side. Nice to see her get a kill, a Hawk Construction kill.
And now you see Sterling coming in for Griffin and Moyer coming in for Spaeth. Again, part of that 6-2. Sterling now the setter on the floor. Moyer will move to the right side.
Sterner got a nice serve to the back row. And they catch us napping again. They've obviously found a chink in our armor where they can. That's the second time that's worked. That little setter dump.
And that one was a short pass to the setter that was able to put it over. It wasn't very high. And yes, our defense was not ready for that one to come over the net on 2.
20-18 now. The Highlanders leading. Fate digs it out. The set going over to. Is that Moyer? No, Kepler from the other side. There's a dig. Sternig with a set. Kepler out of bounds.
She just didn't follow through on her swing on that one. Sent it a little bit long. Now with that score moving to Homestead 21, West 18. Coach Tanking forced to take her second time out here of this set. Critical time. She's got to get the troops to calm down a little bit, move into rotation on defense, be ready. Most importantly, regain some confidence. Just relax.
Got to give some kudos to Homestead after sort of a dismal first game, coming back here and looking to take this set from the Spartans.
Well, even a rather dismal start to this set, if you recall, they were down 7-1 early in this set. So for them to persevere, to continue to push, to come back, now up 21-18. They've had the momentum since they were able to get back to a tie game at 7-7, and now here they are up 3-21-18 with serve.
We'll see how much perseverance the Spartans have here, down by 3, 21-18. See if they can pull it back. I'm going to start here with Homestead serving. And the ref comes on the floor, communicating with the head referee.
Not exactly sure what they were discussing. They could be discussing changing the score on the scoreboard, reversing the 2, so that it's showing home and guest appropriately. That would be my guess.
I don't know what that was all about.
I think it had to do with the number of timeouts. I think the down ref was uncertain as to who called the first timeout, wanted to verify that indeed West had used both of theirs.
Oh, Rettler bombs that one. Now 22-18.
Well, this is where West has really got to dig in a little bit here. They need a side out now, and they have to run a couple points to get back in this game here late. 4 points is a big differential to overcome a 22-18.
Once again, we struggle with the pass. That one put up right by the net and pounded right back at us. Seems to be a lot of confusion on the west side right now. Homestead to serve, leading 23-18. That one's out of bounds.
Well, if there was ever a time for a long serve, that was it.
Yep.
But down 23-19. West is going to have to string a good number together here to get back into this game to have any chance to win. Now, I have seen them down. They were down a couple games in the tournament and did manage to battle back. See what they've got here.
Kepler serves to the back, and they catch us napping again. You know, once is that's going to happen twice, sometimes happen 3 times in one set. Something's going on here.
They've obviously found something in our defensive rotation that they like.
Rettler with a Hawk construction kill to get us to 20 points. And serving down 20-24 right now. They got to be perfect now. Homestead, they put it into the net. No room for any mistakes here.
And obviously no pressure either.
And
but enough pressure that Homestead is now taking their first time out with the 24-21 lead. They need to talk things over, make sure that they're ready. Close this one out.
major momentum shift here in set 2. If West can score a couple more points, they might have the momentum going into the third set, whether they win or lose this one. But I can tell you the Highlanders are pretty juiced right now. West comes walking on rather quiet. Homestead still celebrating on the side.
Yeah,
Rattler's got to be perfect here.
Yeah, they've not showed that kind of energy at any point leading up till now. And they definitely have some energy and enthusiasm on the floor right now.
And here we go, Rattler with the serve. It's going to be returned by Homestead to their outside hitter. Out of bounds. We're going to have another opportunity. The game continues.
24-22. Rattler continues to serve.
Last year, I remember in the regional finals where Sydney Paulson came back. She needed like 7 perfect runs and came back and won it. So it's happened before. West again. There's another serve that they take. Now they're middle. Blocked right back at them. West with the big block by Zawicki and Paulson.
Now they're leading or down 24-23.
This is a big momentum shift. Win or lose this set, this is a big momentum shift. Rattler gets it across. Should have an opportunity here. Outside hitter. Nice return by Zawicki. Coming back. This is an important point. Outside hitter is going to have an opportunity. Dug out. West is going to have one here. Moyer with a little tap over. No, they catch us napping again. They catch us napping again.
Yeah,
25-23.
Maddie Rattler went back to the end line, expecting a big spike to come over that net. Was back to play defense, and they just dropped it right in front of her. She just couldn't get up to it.
Goose, I've been watching volleyball for I don't know how many years now, 10 plus, and I don't think I've ever seen a set where they had 4. I think it was 4. Set or dumps that were in. They could not. West did not make the adjustment there, and it's too bad. They had a nice comeback. If they'd scored that, it would have been a 2-point to win it, and they would have been right back in it. So tough set.
Tough set now. 1 set apiece as we go to our third. If there was one good thing that came of that by getting back into that game, West grabbed a little bit of momentum back, something that they seemed to lose during the better course of that second set, being up at one point 7-1, and then just allowing Homestead to come back into the game, battle, keep chipping away at that lead, then take the lead, then ultimately take the set. But they were able to come back at the end of it there, get a little bit going their way. Yes, they didn't win it, but they've got to be feeling good about how things are now as they move into the third set.
And while we wait for the third set to start, we'll talk about our ACE level sponsors, Turf and Tree Works. Daryl Zelmer, you got some dead ash trees in your yard? Call Daryl, and him and his crew will come over and take care of them and put some nice landscaping in for you. Jeff Kern at Jumbo's Hamburgers. Jeff, a great supporter of the community, can always count on Jeff. And God, I love those Jumbo's classics. Bob Yar from Mobile. Bob, father of our former setter Amber Yar, who's now playing up at Marion College. Bob, thanks for your support. Phil Dahlberg Law Group. Saw Phil last night. He's proud to be supporting the West Spartans. Candyman on Main. What's your favorite kind of candy, Goose?
Rock candy.
Okay. Way to go, Goose. I like the turtles. Delta Defense. West Bend Lakes Golf Club. Bob's Main Street Auto and Towing. Washington County Fair Park and Conference Center. Midwest Preferred Group. Client First or Tax and Wealth Advisors. And talk about our kill level sponsors and our new sponsor tonight.
Yeah, we can't thank our kill level sponsors enough for everything they do to support this program. Alliance Services Inc., Hawk Construction Services, Matrix Title Company, Pellegrini Chiropractic Clinic, and More Designs. And at $500 each, that's a wealthy contribution to helping this program achieve everything it's looking to achieve this year and set us up for the years to come. So we can't thank our kill level sponsors enough for everything that they've done with their contributions and their continued support of the West Bend West Spartans volleyball program.
All right, as we get ready, 15 seconds until the third set action tonight. We're knotted up a set apiece. Similar to last week against Grafton when we dropped the second set and didn't look that well. We came back and won the next 2. Let's hoping that happens again tonight. So Spartans, like you said, Goose, they did gain a little momentum there and made that a pretty close game at the end. So
Yeah, I think as they now start this third set, they just need to settle back into playing their game. I think Homestead was able to get them out of their game a little bit, and I think part of it too is, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, some of those defensive rotations as they now move to the 6-2. They've got different player personnel in different positions. It's going to take a little bit of time for them to adjust to who's where on the floor, what parts they're covering. Just those little nuances when you make those slight adjustments to an offense.
And I notice Melanie Wadeen is in the game now. That's different. Who's she replacing, Goose?
It appears that Wadeen is actually in for Paulson. So Paulson here getting a little rest at the beginning of the third set.
There's a set to the outside. This one they're going to have to play out of the rafters. Rettler does her best to try to judge it.
It went up into the rafters, and I lost it in the rafters, and it caught a big rafter on the way down and moved quite a bit out of where it was supposed to drop. Homestead serving now up 1-0.
Fate digs it out. The set going over to Paulson. Inbounds. Was that Paulson on the left side? Yes,
That
it was.
Paulson. Yes,
Playing
it
her
was.
right position. The big lefty from Jackson, Wisconsin, Sydney Paulson with the Hawk Construction kill. This
Now,
is Wadeen serving.
Wadeen into serve, tied 1-1.
Homestead knocks it back. I think that hit the upright again.
It was
Goose.
actually on the outside of the upright.
Outside of the upright.
So it was a foul ball. Right around the foul pole.
Wadeen to serve again. And West taking the quick lead again, now up 3-1.
And Wadeen has that quick serve.
It's like a little
Oftentimes-
tomahawk chop serve.
Yeah, the timing's a little bit different for the defense receiving that serve.
West should have an opportunity here. Wadeen digs it out. The set over to Zawicki. Blocked right back at us. The set now to Paulson. Timing a little off. It's a touch. And there's another Hawk Construction kill for the big lefty from Jackson, Sydney Paulson.
West now takes a 4-1 lead.
Once again, the trends continue here. Wadeen to serve. Big right side hits it. And what happened there?
And that one, too, was around on the back side of that post. Out of bounds. West now leading 5-1. Wadeen to serve.
Nice serve. And it does not go over. There's an ace for Wadeen. Lions Services ace.
West now leads 6-1. Wadeen continuing to serve.
Wadeen reminds me of Conley. I can't remember what Conley girl it was that had that same tomahawk chop serve. And Wadeen is on a roll.
And now at 7-1, Homestead again is going to call a timeout. That must be their favorite score for calling a timeout.
It's unbelievable. Homestead here can be so good and so bad.
And now we're hoping that West is able to continue the momentum coming out of this timeout. Don't drop into what happened in that last set where you allowed Homestead to get back into the match. Have to stay aggressive. Keep serving well. Keep serving deep. They seem to be having a struggle with that initial pass. We all know if you can't pass, it makes the rest of the game very, very difficult.
And apparently Wadeen must not serve because I don't remember that tomahawk chop serve at any of the other meets that we've had so far. So it must be a new thing tonight. And Wadeen taking advantage of their opportunity.
And I think it's part of, with this change in the offense, she's going to get a little bit more playing time. She becomes one of those people in the 6-2 that can begin to rotate in and out.
7-1 now the score. West up in the third set. We knotted up one set apiece. Here's the middle hitter. Dug out. West is going to have to return this one. Zawicki knocks it back.
Right on the line. Homestead with the point and now serving down 7-2. this would be the most opportune time for West to get a side out, get the ball right back, point and serve.
The pass to Zawicki. They block it. They figured hers out. Now they're blocking everything she puts up there.
It's a nice save by Griffin.
And a touch. And once again, the Highlanders making a run back. Boy, they've, with Zawicki was getting a ton of kills. They figured out their block. They're blocking very well right now.
Yes, they are now serving down 7-3.
Dug out by Wadeen. The set to Paulson, blocked right back at us. Wow! Homestead is impressive.
They are digging the ball well. Their momentum has flowed back into their direction. Now serving 7-4. But you're right. They are on the block right now.
7-4 now. West with the lead. Rattler digs it out. The set to Paulson. Returned by Homestead. And once again, Homestead coming back. And this time, Coach Tanking is not messing around. She's calling a quick timeout.
Now being the score 7-5 and only having a 2-point lead, Homestead was able to rattle off 4 points there, effectively getting themselves back into this game again, much like they did in the second set. Now's the time where West has got to put a stop to that. Need to get that side out, get served back.
West has got to find an answer for those blocking. Homestead's been doing an amazing job in the front row, blocking both a couple of really nice hits by Zawicki and also Paulson. So, and they are jacked up. You look at the two sidelines right now, you've got all kinds of excitement on that Highlanders side, and West heads are down a little bit here.
Their heads are down, but they're also not a real big rah up team versus a down team. They tend to stay right down the center on a lot of things.
Rattler with the pass. Griffin hits it. Going to be returned. And there.
That might be the mistake. We needed a double hit on Homestead. Coming off that set. Now, Sydney Paulson serving for West up 8-5.
Sid Paulson with the serve. Nice serve. Dug out nicely by Homestead. Set to the back row. Going to be returnable. Rattler's got to tap it again. Going to be another opportunity, this time to the outside to Zawicki, who pounds it down again. Mackenzie Zawicki with a Hawk Construction kill.
And she swung at that one confidently, block or not. Took a nice angle with that one to get that one down.
Definitely not one of the tippy tap kills that we've called all too often this year.
That's one of those. She swung hard, and you could feel that one come off her hand. Now West serving up 9-5. And I believe Spaeth might have been in the net.
Caitlin Biesner serving for Homestead. Now down, or West up 9-6. Nice serve, return back, out of bounds.
Yeah, our passing has not been as crisp as it was in the first set as of late, that's for sure. Now Homestead serving down 9-7.
Once again, we cannot pass out of the back row tonight, Goose. We cannot pass.
Yeah, that's so. Coach Tanking had that back row slide up a little bit.
Now watch him pound it to the back, Goose.
Just holding on to a 1-point lead.
One's dug out. Rattler with the set to Zawicki. There's a touch coming back at us. Should be returnable. Spaeth with the set to Rory Griffin. Returned. West should have an opportunity here. There's a set to Zawicki. And that one, another Hawk Construction kill. Mackenzie Zawicki, that one, blocker knocked it right into the Highlanders bench.
And she hit that one hard into that block. It had a good downward trajectory on it, and they weren't able to get that one up successfully. So now West serving 10-8.
Sternig with the serve. Should be an opportunity for Rutler. And West with the point. Nice return by the Highlanders on that overpass.
Yes.
Sternig with the serve. That's out of bounds.
So before Sternig was serving, both her and Emily Fate came into the game again for Griffin and Spade.
Sternig on a little bit of a run. Up 12-8 now. And there's a double by Homestead. Sternig to continue to serve.
It'd be nice to keep this momentum rolling here. Now West serving 13-8.
Sternig with an ace. Isabel Sternig with a Alliance Services ace. Is that her first one, Goose?
It might have been her first ace.
Now leading
up 14-8.
14-8. Sternig on, I believe, a 4-serve run here.
Homestead making a defensive substitution here. Now West serving up 14-8.
Nice serve into the back row. Homestead to return it. Their big middle. Pushes it off the touch. Out of bounds. Point goes to the Highlanders. 14-9.
And that was a nice little run to give it a little bit of separation here in this game. Now West up 14-9 with Homestead serving. Great time to get a side out and get that momentum back in our favor. Don't let Homestead get anything going here.
And we have another official. Rutler with the pass. Now coming back to Rutler. It's returned by Homestead. And that's pounded right back at us.
Yeah, off the block and out of bounds. Fate was there, just went off the side of her arm and out of bounds. Now Homestead continues to serve down 14-10 to West.
Paulson with a nice hit from the back row that's returned. Wadeen setting it. They can't figure out who's taking that one.
Yeah, Sternig and Fate need to communicate better. Somebody's just got to take charge, call that one, call the other one off, and make the play. Now Homestead serving down 14-11.
Highlanders now on a roll after Sternig's run. Rutler digs that one out. And we try the dump. It doesn't work for us.
And their outside hitter just dinked that one right over the block. Wadeen was late in getting there to cover. Now Homestead down just 12-14 in serving.
Rutler's hit gets returned again. And another point. Rutler's block goes into the net. Another timeout, 14-13. Coach Tanking is not a happy coach.
No, this has been a game of momentum swings. This set in particular now. Homestead is back in the game again, down just 13-14 after that run by Sternig. They've rattled off 4 in a row here, and it brought themselves right back into the game. And Coach Tanking is thinking we've got to put a stop to this right here, right now. We saw what happened in that second set. Momentum flowed into the favor of Homestead, and they just took it and continued to run with it. West has got to find an answer here. stop them, get the ball back, get the side out, get the serve, get up a couple points, and settle back in again.
All right, we got 20 seconds left in this. West taking all of their time. And here they come. Coach Tanking basically letting the team talk it out themselves. She was in there for about 10 seconds and walked away. So hopefully the juniors on the team did something. Rettler with a pass. Zawicki, boy, are they blocking well. There's a set. Sternig bounces it over. Should have an opportunity here to set. Zawicki, it's into the back row. There's a puck construction kill for Mackenzie Zawicki. Boy, Highlanders are doing a great job blocking the ball.
They are. They really are.
They have figured out our offense.
They have it. I think what might have helped Zawicki on that one is she was back at the 10-foot line, which gave her a little bit of a better angle to hit that ball around that block.
Wadeen now going to have an opportunity. And Wadeen with the big kill from the outside. Melanie Wadeen.
And a really nice swing from Wadeen on that one. She comes in. She doesn't have the height that a Rettler or a Paulson have, but she gets up there very well. Great mechanics. Push that ball down pretty hard.
And Wadeen with a hot construction kill. Fate to serve back at Homestead. There's a little tap. Homestead returns the hit.
And out of bounds.
And there's the ball.
Fate will continue to serve here. Up West, up 17-13.
West wants to be the first to 20 here in this game. Fate barely gets one over, but she gets it over for an Alliance Services ace. Emily Fate with the Alliance Services ace. Timeout now to the Highlanders.
The score here, 18 West, 13 Homestead. Forced to take her timeout. Have to stop this momentum here. Again, critical point of the game, approaching 20 points. Once we hit that mark, if they can't get the side out here, things should roll in West's favor. Knock on wood.
We will see, Goose. We will see. It's definitely been a night of momentum, and the momentum has switched often in these games. So,
well, and as we come back from this timeout, a little assist here from our assist level sponsors, the Norbert, the Rettler family, the Kampler family, Kelly Sajak family, West Bend Lakes and Cousin Subs on Paradise Drive. Thank you very much for your support as we come back here. West serving up 18-13.
Emily Fate with the serve. Homestead with a set. Going to be returnable. We're going to have an opportunity here. Wadeen taps it over. Homestead. Out of bounds. Point goes to the Spartans.
Very, very close. That was a tough one for that back row to let go through. But now West continues to serve up 19-13.
Fate skims one over that. This time the little dump is caught. Sterner gets it over. Nice hustle by the West side. And now West will have an opportunity. Wadeen gets it back. And they stay alive. Oh, nice hustle by West.
Great hustle by West. Emily Fate was in the right place at the right time. The ball just got in on her a little bit too quick, and it was a lift as she put it over. Unfortunate, but West now has the lead 19-14 with Homestead serving.
West needs a side out right here. Don't give the Highlanders any momentum. They squeak one over. They should have an opportunity. There's a set to Rettler. Returned by Homestead. There's a tap. It gets returned right back at Homestead. Out of bounds. 20-14 now. West.
That was a side out. Yeah, you're talking about Pistol Pete. We needed to stop that right there. Nip it in the bud. Now West serving up 20-14. Rettler back to serve.
And a nice kill by Emma Sipsack for Homestead. She's got some power.
She does. She's tall, very good swing plane, and brings a lot of power when she hits that ball.
There's another Hawk Construction kill by the big lefty from Jackson, Sydney Paulson.
Just hit that one off the block and out of bounds. He now is a part of this rotation. Molly Spaeth back in the game to serve here, up 21-15. Rory Griffin back in the game as well in front row.
Molly Spaeth has been a solid server all year. Aggressive serves to the back row. We'll see what she can do here. Nice serve by Molly. It's going to be returned. They don't know who's going to hit it. Should have an opportunity on the west side. The set goes to Wadeen. Wadeen with another kill. A Hawk Construction kill.
Great approach to the net on that. Great timing. The set was right where she wanted it. She had a lot of momentum flying toward the net and put that ball down.
Melanie Wadeen finding the spot for the Spartans, and Spaeth continues to serve. There's a tap. They should have another opportunity. Wadeen's going to get another shot at it. This time it's returned. West should have another opportunity. Fate with the set this time. Rory Griffin goes across court. Nice, smart move by the freshman, Rory Griffin.
She did. She put that one within 3 or 4 feet on the net in the front row, and there was nobody there to put a good play on the ball. Now Molly Spaeth serving. West up 23-15.
There's a nice hit that's returned. And there's a double. 23-16. Double called on Spaeth.
But nice that we're able to get a couple points in there. Puts us in a great position here up now. Homestead serving, but down 23-16.
Let's keep the momentum and let's end it here in the next 2 points. Spaeth digs it out, and there's a dump. And it works for Spaeth.
She did. She caught them off guard. Double hit on Homestead. Now West set point. Wadeen serving up 24-16.
Wadeen with an incredible serve. She continues to impress with her tomahawk serve. Should have an opportunity here. Spaeth pounds it down. It's returned. And there, who was that?
That was Zawicki again.
Zawicki again with the Hawk Construction kill to end the set. You know, one thing I want to say is I think coming into this game, I'm pretty sure Rettler led the team in kills. And whatever Homestead, if their goal tonight is to stop Rettler, they definitely have. We haven't called her name very often at all. And this is where the Wadeens and the Zwickis and obviously Paulson has had her opportunities too, but I don't think Rettler's had a kill in the last set.
No, they've been able to keep her in a position where she's not able to do that. At the same time, our setters are also giving the ball to the hot hands. And both Wadeen and Zwicky in particular are hitting the ball very, very well. We can expect that most times Paulson's going to hit the ball well, but those two have really stepped up in this game, something we've not seen out of the two of them together in the same game yet this year. And I think that's a byproduct of now moving to the 6-2 as opposed to the 5-1. They're able to rotate in more. And truth be told, I think they're all going to be a little bit fresher on that court because we don't have many of our players on there for long periods of time.
So we are 2-1 right now here in Mequon, Wisconsin. North Shore Conference volleyball action. West Bend West Spartans versus the Homestead Highlanders. West beat Grafton to be 1-0. I'm not sure what Homestead did last week. I know Homestead struggled when they hosted the Joust this year. I know they struggled at the Joust, so they definitely look like a team that's figured it out.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit better right now. But they seem to be a very
Spurty?
That's a good word for it. I was searching for a word, and sometimes I just come up with goose eggs when I'm searching for words. They tend to go in runs in either direction. They're either running up the score, they're running 4 or 5 in a row, or they're giving up 4 or 5 in a row. And that's kind of been the way that they've played most of this match so far. Unfortunately, the result has been East or West is having to play that same game as well. But at least in that third set, they were able to stop some of that momentum, keep them to 2 or 3 points at a time, get back in, run 3 or 4 of their own, and keep the momentum flowing in their direction and staying in control of the game, playing an offensive game as opposed to a defensive game. And that's something that we've not seen in some of the earlier matches this year. They've been playing a bit more defensively. They've been putting the ball over on 2. The setter dumps have been giving it back to the opposing team, and now we're playing defense. Now we're being the aggressors. And if we can continue to stay aggressive with the hitters that we seem to have as we rotate through this team on the floor, I think we're going to be in good shape as we work through the North Shore this year.
All right. And with that, let's thank let's talk a little bit about our kill level sponsors again. Pellegrini Chiropractic is back for the second year. The purpose at Pellegrini Chiropractic is to provide quality chiropractic-based health and life care. They are committed to an unconditional caring atmosphere where everyone is welcome, whether you need a specific problem addressed or are seeking to maintain a healthy life. Thank you very much, Pellegrini Chiropractic. Alliance Services, our ACE sponsors. Another kill level sponsor, healthcare staffing company in West Bend located next to Domino's. They offer top pay for CNAs, LPNs, and RNs. Hawk Construction, hydro excavation, land development, clean energy packages, custom promotional products. Hawk Construction, thank you very much. Matrix Title Company. They provide the required insurance needed to transfer title from seller to buyer and also provide the necessary title insurance when people construct a new home. And can you talk about Moore?
In Moore Designs. Full-service architectural home designer and builder of custom homes. You can always expect more from your new home with Moore Designs.
You can expect more with Moore. Is that something you came up with, or is that their tagline?
That's their tagline. I
We'll
like
make
to
this
make
stuff
things
up
up from time to time, but not this time. Not with our sponsors. They do a good job of marketing themselves, and you don't need me messing it all up.
All right, getting ready for the fourth set tonight. West up 2-1. Homestead to serve, and here we go. Right away, problems with the pass. Fate had to dive for that one, and I think she had a double hit on that.
She put it up pulse and ended up with a double hit. It just got on her too quick.
Wadeen digs it out. They're setting out a Rettler in the back row. God, they're shutting her down with a nice block, and they block Wadeen this time.
Yeah, and in this fourth set here, Coach Tanking went with Sternig and Moyer starting instead of Spaeth and Griffin.
It's a little tap over. Should have an opportunity here, and there's the kill by Ellie Moyer from the right side with a Hawk Construction kill. I think they thought it was going to go to the big lefty, Sydney Spaeth, or Sydney. I did it. Sydney Paulson.
Busted.
I caught it. I caught myself. Molly Spaeth to serve. Molly with another nice serve. Should have an opportunity here. Griffin tries to tap it over and doesn't have enough on the ball.
The set was a bit behind her, and her footwork was off on her approach as a result of it. Wasn't much she could do with that one. Homestead now serving up 3-1.
Fate digs it out. The set over to Paulson. The big lefty from Jackson with another Hawk Construction kill. Sydney Paulson on a roll.
And again, she was off the net, which gives her the ability to work around the block that they're putting up. Something that seems to be working well here for us. Now Wadeen to serve. West Bend West down 3-2.
Boy, they just cannot figure out Wadeen's serve. Wadeen with a Alliance Services ace. Melanie Wadeen, the sophomore, 5'5" outside hitter. has a very unorthodox, I'll call it a tomahawk chop serve, and I just jinxed her because she just put it into the net.
Well, you're good for one or two of those jinxes per game, Pete. So hopefully that will be the last one here today. Homestead now taking serve up 4-3.
And Wadeen watches that one drop in front of her. It was a little short.
And this is the server who was dropping it short in the last set as well.
And
West defense have had to make an adjustment.
And I thought she was going to blow it to the back row there. Paulson again. Paulson with another Hawk construction kill.
And coming off the kill, going to serve. Always a good thing for West. So now West with the serve. Paulson back there. Down 5-4 to Homestead at this point in the game.
Sid Paulson with the serve. Nice serve to the back row. Difficult with the pass. They're going to have an opportunity, and that one gets blown right to an empty spot on the court. 6-4 now, Homestead with the lead.
It looked like Zwicky might have gotten a hand on that one in the block and just deflected to that open spot in the back corner.
Zwicky hits it over, return. Oh, Griffin tried to hit the overpass and ended up putting in the net. Timing was just a little off with that. 7-4 now, Homestead leads.
Yeah, that's one of those where she's got to go up with both hands and just block that one back into them as opposed to trying to swing at it. Coach Tanking would call one of those freshman mistakes.
Zwicky continues to dominate on the outside. Mackenzie Zwicky with another Hawk construction kill.
And you can just see the confidence that she is playing with today. And she hasn't had that in every match this year. But she's got it going on now. You could see it. She's got a smile, those eyes. She's ready to go. Now Sternick serving down 7-5.
Sternick with nice serve to the back row. Going to be returned back. There's a tap. West recovers, and now Moyer is going to get an opportunity. She taps it over. Coming back at us, this time a little harder, and we block it. Oh!
Nope, that one hit the upright, out of bounds.
West
Point to West, 7-7 now.
West point. Sternick continues to serve. That one's pounded back at us by the middle from Homestead, and Homestead is showing some momentum here.
Correction on this score, it is 8-6 in favor of Homestead now with their serve 8-6.
Boy, you looked. Did you see that serve? It's like the Homestead server almost tripped before she hit the line. Did you see that? I think that caused it.
Just went over the net. I think caught her defense off guard.
I think it caught our timing, and that maybe that's her style.
Sternick with a setter dump.
And Homestead puts it in the net.
That was just not the prettiest exchange all the way around, but it's a point for West. Now taking the serve down 9-7.
Emily Fate the serve now for West. Emily with a nice serve. Pounded back, dug out. Wadeen's going to get a hit. Returned by Homestead's going to be able to tap it over. We're underneath, we cover. Here's a set to Moyer on the outside. Moyer taps it over. Coming back a little harder into the net for Homestead again. West the beneficiary, 9-8 now. West down by a point.
They're scrambling a little bit on defense, but they're moving around the court well. Able to get the ball up in the air, get out of the way of their teammates.
And Homestead puts it out of bounds, and we've tied up this game at 9-9.
And again, Emily Fate is able to run a couple off here. Hopefully she can keep this rolling here. Tied 9-9. Let's keep it going.
Mishandled by Homestead, but they're going to get an opportunity. Now West should have an opportunity. There's the set to Rutler, and she pounds it to the back row. We haven't called her name much tonight, but Maddie Rutler with a Hawk Construction kill finds a empty spot in the back.
Now West with the lead, 10-9 on that exchange. Isabel Sternig was able to put that ball up high enough for Maddie to be able to find that spot in the back.
Fate with a nice serve, handled well by Homestead. Here comes a big hit, and they tap it. That was interesting.
She tapped it, it hit off the very top of the net, and Wadeen was in position had it not touched the net. And she was able to get a hand on it, but it just floated over her head off the net.
We're knotted up at 10 here in Homestead High School, and Homestead to serve. That was a nice serve that Rutler cannot handle.
Yeah, Caputo was able to drop that one short.
Coming right back. Whoa. Wadeen pounding it back at them. They weren't expecting that, but they return it. Now West should have an opportunity to set. Goes to Wadeen. Nice! Melanie Wadeen with a Hawk Construction kill.
Goes to that back corner. Instead of going cross court, goes line, back corner. She has not been hitting the ball in that direction at all tonight. I think she caught the defense a little off guard.
Rutler to serve now, knotted up at 11. Homestead taps it over. West should have an opportunity. The set goes at a double.
And there's that lift. We've seen that called multiple times now on Sterling. And then again, that was on a backside where she dropped her hands down too low. I'm sure Coach Paulson will have a discussion with her about that as she comes off the court later.
It's interesting when you hit this level of play. That might have been fine. And Wadeen with another nice hit, but they're going to be returned. And there's a little tap. Paulson playing it smart and tapping it over. 12-12, back to Sternig. You know, oftentimes when you move to a different level, like the high school level, they call that differently than what they called before, and it's something that you got to get used to as a freshman coming in.
Absolutely, and you know, when you think of it in terms of club to now varsity, she's playing against some girls that are 3 years her elder.
Point to the Spartans, and we have the lead.
Molly Spaeth now serving. West up 13-12.
Nice serve. Whoa, Wadeen just didn't have enough to get up there. And there's a point for another lift. It was funny that Wadeen did her best to jump up there, but missed the overpass. And luckily, Paulson was behind to return it, but then we had a lift trying to get it over.
And here I thought it was just a fake.
Fate digs it out. Spaeth now Wadeen on the other side. That time she's a little aggressive and puts it out of bounds.
Yeah, now Homestead has taken the lead 14-13. Continue with the serve. Space with the set. Sydney Paulson with the kill. A Hawk Construction kill. Now West has the serve. Wadeen to serve. Tie game 14-14. And that is going to be an ace. An Alliance Services Inc. ace for Wadeen.
All right. We have people texting us, and I haven't been watching my phone, but hello to Loyola University. Bunch of the seminarians tuned into the live stream tonight. They were wondering who Goose was.
Well, that will remain a secret here. The Goose is Matt Sternig. Unfortunately, here in the city of West Bend, there are a lot of Sternigs running around. Nobody knows who is who. Some are older, some are younger. Easier just go by Goose.
All right. So, hello, Loyola University, St. Joseph Seminary. Glad you're tuned in. West struggling a little bit here. Rettler gets it over. Oh, Zawicki with an overpass, and she puts it down with a Hawk Construction kill. West now up 16-15. Zawicki's having a night.
She is, and Homestead just was not ready for that, and they're sensing that momentum. West getting it back, having here to call a timeout.
So I want to remind all of our listeners out there that you can chat with us on screen. We can see the chat. We're not looking at our phones all the time, but on screen on the YouTube Live, there's an opportunity for you to chat and say hello. Tell us where you're listening from, and we'll give you a shout out.
And of course, it's always good to shower the announcers with compliments throughout the course of the live stream. It never hurts.
No, we need compliments.
The more the merrier. Send them our way. West broke their timeout early. Homestead's taking a little bit more time now.
And I notice now we do have a message. Yay, go West.
That's what we like to see. Now West serving. Sydney Paulson with the lead, 16-15.
The big lefty from Jackson with the serve. And almost an ace. Recovered. Rettler pounds that one down. And now we've called her name twice this set. Maddie Rettler with a Hawk Construction kill. Timing was right on that one.
It was. It looked really good. And now Paulson continues serving, up 17-15.
West with an opportunity here again. Zawicki, may as well go with her. She's been doing the job all night. They respond this time. West should have an opportunity. Who's going to get the set? There's a dump over, and it works. It works that time.
Homestead just not able to return that one after the setter dump. Up, but not over. Sydney Paulson here continues to serve, up 18-15.
Homestead getting a little bit of their own medicine on that one. The big lefty from Jackson with the serve. Rettler up there with the block. Point West Bend West, and now we're on a 19-15. Maddie Rettler with a matrix roll company block.
And sensing that momentum roll, Homestead has called their second timeout now. West up 19-15, and the question has come in: who hired the announcers? Well, it was actually it really wasn't a hiring thing. It was there were a line of people out the door who wanted to have these jobs.
Yes.
Both Pistol Pete and myself, Goose, said we would do it. We wouldn't even take payment for it.
No.
And
we turned down jobs at numerous colleges looking for our services, and we decided, you know what? We want to donate our time to West Bend West and support our Spartans. Joe Buck, he tried. He wanted the job. Joe didn't get it.
And Joe can announce almost anything.
Yes, but not high school volleyball, Goose. Only you and I.
Sydney Paulson to serve. West leading 19-15.
Ooh, it's a little off-balance hit that catches West napping.
Yeah, she took a little bit off of that one. It didn't come off her hand as hard as Spaeth was expecting it to come off her hand. She was in position to dig that one, but the ball just never got the distance. Homestead now with the serve. West up 19-16. And there's that short serve again, an ace for Homestead. We never seem to adjust before the serve, always after the first one.
You know what's interesting, too, is usually when they make the adjustment, then the team pounds it to the back row. Oh, that time they did. The last few they haven't. Rettler's just going to have to knock that one over. And that one gets blocked back at us, and suddenly Homestead has got a little run going.
Yeah. Homestead now has brought it back to 18-19. Coach Tanking sensing that shift of momentum, calling a timeout, quiet things down a little bit, get the troops calm down, ready to go back on defense. She doesn't look too animated, just getting everybody settled back in.
By the way, if you are out there and you didn't have the time to listen to the whole stream tonight, or you want to listen to a particular set, it is out there at the same link you can go to at a later time and view that part of the stream where your daughter, granddaughter, or whatever made the big play. It's out there, so it's available for you this year. Fourth set action. West up 2-1 and up by a measly 1 point here in the fourth set. Let's see if they can hang on. Zawicki takes what's not a very good pass from the outside that turns into a set, and she puts it down.
No, off the serve, it was not a very good pass. Sydney Paulson had a great bump set from the back row, cross court to Zwicky, and she put that ball down hard. Now, West has brought the lead up to 20-18. Both Sternig and Fate back in the game. And Homestead was out of rotation or moving at the serve. Point goes to West. Sternig will continue to serve here, up 21-18.
It's a bad time to make that mistake for the Highlanders. Sternig with a nice set. West up at the net, and Zawicki's going to get another opportunity. Oh, and there's a block that goes off Rettler's hand and lands into an empty area of the court. 21-19.
Incorrection, it was Sternig and Moyer that came into the game for Griffin and Spade. Now Homestead serving down 21-19.
This is that difficult serve where she looks like she nearly trips. And West is having a hard time responding that, and Rettler puts it out of bounds.
Very uncharacteristic of her to miss the court. Now Homestead down 1, 21-20. Coach Tanking sensing that's about enough of that. We're going to call a timeout, regroup, come back from the timeout, finish this game out.
21-20, West hanging on to the lead. Been a game of momentum and spurts all night long. It's been that way.
It has been. And real quickly here, as we finish out this timeout, a big thank you again to our Kill Level sponsors, Alliance Services, Hawk Construction, Matrix Title Company, Pellegrini Chiropractic Clinic, and more designs. Couldn't do it without you. West back on the court, ready to go here. Homestead breaking timeout, sensing some enthusiasm, some momentum in their direction. Time for West to shut that down. Homestead serving, down 21-20 to the Spartans.
And West has got to figure out her serve because, like I said, she comes across them like nearly trips every time. And that time she puts it in the net. Perfect timeout call for Tanking at work.
That's the best way to figure out a serve. Let them do it for you.
Fate now to serve, up 22-20. Important point here. They're going to have an opportunity with their big hitter. A nice kill. They haven't been able to find the answer for number 7, Emma Zipzak, all night long. 22-21 now. Homestead to serve.
Yeah, she put that one off the block hard. Now Homestead serving, down 22-21.
Rettler with a nice pass. And there's a kill. Rettler with the pass to the center, and then she gets the Hawk Construction kill. Maddie Rettler putting West up 23-21. And Rettler to serve now. Rettler puts it way in, mishandled a little bit by, and they should have an opportunity here. The set and point.
Homestead was in the net on that play. Wadine was up and hit that ball hard into the block. Now West serving, up 24-21 for the game.
Rettler gets the serve across. Big hitter is going to hit it into the net, and West survives.
They survive. 25-21 here in the fourth set. They win 3-1.
And we want to talk to Mackenzie Zawicki tonight, so we're going to have to get a hold of her.
Maddie. We want somebody get Mackenzie Zawicki.
All right, we are going to try to get a hold of Mackenzie Zawicki up here and talk with her tonight. So,
Go get Mackenzie.
all right, as we wait for Mackenzie Zawicki to get up to the booth here, let's talk a little bit about tonight's game, back and forth. Once again, 3 sets. Here she comes, Mackenzie Zawicki coming up. And why don't you give her your mic? And then can you put the camera on her? All right, get the camera on her. Mackenzie, you got a big smile on your face. Why do you have a big smile on your face?
Well, I think we did okay, but I know I felt like I was ready to go tonight and that I could get lots of kills.
You were on fire tonight, Mackenzie. They figured out a way to stop Rettler because we didn't say her name much at all, but it left it wide open for you, and you took advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was the key there? And it seemed like a game of spurts. What did the coach tell you at the timeouts?
We needed to get good passing so that we could set up our hits.
And we were noticing that it all starts with the pass up here. It was interesting because the Highlanders, they were great blockers. So what did you do differently up at the net to try to prevent that?
We ran our balls faster so that they couldn't get their blocks out.
Okay. All right, Mackenzie, great night of play. You Hawk Construction kills. I don't know how many you had, but I'm sure you led the team. So congratulations, and we look forward to this weekend in Brookfield to seeing more of that. So,
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Mackenzie Zawicki, our player of the game, I'll call her. You know, I think we can say that. Can't we come up with a player of the game?
Of course we can. We're the announcers. We're the ones calling the game. We can decide who the player of the game was. And maybe what we do here, there's something that we've only got 4. I think it's the More Designs player of the game.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Or it could be the More Designs post-game show. Something like that. We can figure that out. So why don't we go through our sponsors again? Do you want to take go ahead and take the kill level sponsors, and I'll do the ace.
Yeah, we cannot, again, thank our kill level sponsors enough. Alliance Services, Inc., Hawk Construction, Matrix Title Company, Pellegrini Chiropractic Clinic, and most recently on board supporting the West Bend Spartans, More Designs.
And ace level sponsors, Turf and Tree Works, got some dead ash trees in the yard. Call Daryl Zellmer, and he'll remove them, and he'll make your yard look great. Jumbos, Jeff Kern Jumbos. I love the Jumbos Classic. It's my favorite. Bob Yar, Mobile Oil, Dahlberg, Phil Dahlberg, the Dahlberg Law Group, Candyman on Main, Delta Defense, West Bend Lakes Golf Club, Bob's Main Street Auto, Client First Tax and Wealth Advisors, Washington County Fair Park and Conference Center, and Midwest Preferred Insurance Group. So with that, maybe not as ugly as the first win against Grafton, but still not in sync yet, not playing to the level that they're going to need to be at to beat a Cedarburg, but they did all right tonight. So they, game of spurts. Homestead looked awfully good at times.
Yeah, they did. They brought it at times, and at times they seemed to just kind of go away. Again, this was a different game than we played against Grafton. Homestead brought those spurts. We had to play some better volleyball. We did. Are we quite to where we want to be yet? No, we're not even close yet. And I think that's very, very cool about this team right now is the opportunity that lies ahead as they continue to get into sync. And now moving to the 6-2. which we saw. We were able to get some better blocks on some of Homestead's big hitters, and that was important as we look at this game. As we look ahead now, we've got the tournament here. West Bend West will be playing at the Lancer Varsity Invitational this Saturday at Brookfield Central, and then we will be broadcasting again next Tuesday at home against Whitefish Bay. We are looking forward to both the tournament this weekend and our next home game in the North Shore Conference.
And a shout out to Dearborn, Michigan, watching tonight. Granddaughter Melanie Wedeen, excuse me, I got to pronounce that name correctly. Wedeen. She had a heck of a game tonight too. She's only 5'5", but she can jump, and she caught him a couple times. So a night when they shut Rettler down just about completely, Wedeen, Zawicki, Paulson, they came through and made up for the kills.
They did, and all in all, a good win for the West Bend West Spartans, who now are 2-0 in the North Shore Conference.
All right, with that, we're going to sign off from Homestead High School. This weekend they travel to Brookfield. We will not be doing any live broadcasts from Brookfield. The next game, Goose, is when?
The next game that we'll be broadcasting will be Tuesday, September 11th. West Bend West is at home against Whitefish Bay.
All right, we'll see you then. With that, we are signing off. Thank you for tuning in and support our sponsors.
Good night.
Isn't it cool? I got to watch from Dearborn, Michigan, and his granddaughter had an incredible game. That's what's cool.